Hi, let's now add a registration page to our front end. Let's start. So, what do we need first? First, we need the appropriate root. The root will be like this. Duplicate. String and get signup a route/signup. So, we added the route. It requires no parameters. Great. Then I want the registration link to be in our menu. So, we go to Layout and add this link. So, sign up, and here get sign up a route. Okay, link added. All right, and now we need to add the page itself. Aha, let's go to the Pages folder and create a page. New font sign up page. New file index ds, showing code, and start to analyze it. Essentially, the sign up page is a form page with inputs for entering a username, a password, and re-entering the password. That is, it's a classic situation. We do this specifically for the user to enter the password and make sure they've remembered it when they enter it twice and it matches. So, this is the logic for our form. By filling out this form, we essentially just need to send a request to the backend. This is so that the user is created. In practice, this page turns out to be very similar to the idea creation page. That is, we also have some sort of form. When we submit it, we send a request to the backend. And therefore, much was simply reused from this page. Now, let's go top down. So, this success message visible is exactly the same as it was here. Nothing new. Submit error. Submitting error. The same thing. Then, here we use the createIdea function, or rather, the TRPC procedure. Here we use the signup procedure. Again, the same thing. Here we declared formic. We declare it the same way here. Only now we have different initial values. It's an empty username, empty password, and empty password again. Now something new. We also have a validate function that uses Zod to validate our form. But if we look at the signup endpoint in the backend and its input, we'll see that there are only two fields, username and password. And we don't request the password again on the backend because it's redundant for the backend. This literally requires some exceptional logic on the front end. So we do the following. We take our original zotinput, here it is, and extend it using the extend command. That is, it's literally like adding another field to this object. We add the password, again field, to this object, and specify that it must be a string with at least one character. That's clear. But we also need validation that checks the password matches, password again. And therefore, in Zod's documentation, you can peek at a method called superRefine. SuperRefine takes a function that returns the complete value of what is being refined. And what we're refining is this object, so value will be its value. And also the context. But this is specifically Zod's context. And here we can perform any custom validation related to the logic, right? And we say if the value password is not the same as the value password again, then we need to add an error. It is added in this format. Again, this is just taken from the documentation. Add issue, its code, custom code, message, passwords must match, and path. We'll show this error on password again. This way, we did such validation. All right, let's now examine onSubmit. OnSubmit is exactly the same as on the new idea page. Set the error to null, then called signup, reset the value for, set the message visible to true, used set timeout to reset success message visible. And if there was an error, we set submitting error. But actually, in this situation, we have a different logic. Here we reset the error after some time, and here I reset the error when submitting the form. Here. And this logic works. And as we can see, the logic should ideally be the same here as there. And to avoid such discrepancies in your code, and to prevent duplicating code, we'll later write our own form wrapper that will encapsulate this logic. And on our pages, only the logic that's truly important for this page will remain. We'll work on that later and unify the approach at that time. For now, we'll just see that there are different approaches. All right, we've covered onSubmit. Let's look at the JSX itself. Well, segment, form here onSubmit, in the form, handle submit. Nothing new here. Everything is like in new idea page. Here, what's interesting here? We have an input for Nick. It's regular, just like we used it before, but we have a password input. And we want that when the user enters the password, dots appear instead of characters. This is determined by setting the type in the input. Not like it was before, we forcibly set it to text here. And this should be some custom input type. Not custom, but specifically password. And it determines that instead of characters, there will be dots. Let's make this field passable. Type, type. And it should accept some type accordingly. Type. And type may or may not be there. And it should be either text or password. Let it have a default value of text. All right. All right. We pass it over. Go back to our page and see that the errors are gone. That's it. Nothing new here. We still have an error if the form is invalid and it was submitted. The server error is displayed. A success message is shown, and the button itself. Okay, great. And now, after creating the page, we shouldn't forget to add it into our app.tsx. Let's add it. All right. Get sign up route and sign up page. Save it. Check if we broke back ends and front ends, and let's see the result. Okay, refresh the page. Sign up. Here's our form. Validations work. All right, let's try. ALAIA, password 1234. Password again, 1234. Sign up, done. Thank you for registering. Now, let's check if our username validation works. Username again, AAAAA. ALAIA already exists. Well, we can also peek into our database to verify that such a user has indeed appeared. Well, congratulations. We have created a registration form, and we'll move forward. Thank you all.